Hello from Brasilia, the capital of Brazil, and in the next couple of days also the capital of agriculture. My name is Klaus Kunz. I'm leading Sustainability and Business Stewardship in the Crop Science Division of Bayer, and I have the pleasure to be here with around about 100 delegates from all around the world to discuss the most important challenges for agriculture in the future, which are feeding a hungry planet with a growing world population up to around about 10 billion by 2050, but at the same time preserving the environment and restoring natural resources to the best possible extent. I'm very happy that we have 3 delegates who came in out of their very busy program, just returning from an intense field trial visit in the countryside of Brazil. And I would like to ask you to quickly introduce yourself, and then we will go into the matter. Christine.
So good day. I'm Christine Jodloman from the Philippines, and my passion is to enable rural farming communities to be food secure, healthy, and business-minded through agripreneurship, and also to influence both policy and action when it comes to engaging more young people in agriculture.
Thanks, Christine. My name is Guy Coleman. I'm from Australia, and I work as a precision weed control scientist with the University of Sydney. I'm really passionate about just using the technology we have these days to improve the productivity, efficiency, and all that associated with weed control and agriculture, and using that as well to engage with consumers in a completely new way.
My name is Richard Hay. I'm a master's candidate in the Department of Plant and Soil Sciences at the University of Pretoria, South Africa, and my research looks at how small-scale farmers use social media to connect with each other and share information, and then how we as agricultural scientists can use social media to connect the farmers to the scientific information that they need.
Thank you. You're coming from very different areas, but they all tie into sustainability. Now that we have been here for around about 2 days, and you had expert conversations, you started your projects, you had the marketplace yesterday, but also we had, I think, like a proof test, a reality check on the field. What was your personal highlight, Christine, from the last 2 days?
So I'm really happy and humbled to be a delegate here in Youth Ag Summit 2019. And all of the speakers, mentors, and delegates here like Guy and Richard are really amazing. And their project ideas and action are promising to contribute in feeding a hungry planet. So my learning highlight so far is the harmonization of conservation and productivity. And Brazil is really a leading country in doing this. And I'm really inspired to bring this to the Philippines.
Thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with what Christina said about just meeting so many, a range of delegates from so many different backgrounds and so many different interests and passions. That's been certainly one of the overarching highlights. But I think more specifically, we heard from Sarah Menke from Grow Intelligence yesterday as a keynote, and her story about moving from a really sort of high-profile job into developing her own startup around artificial intelligence and data and improving sustainability that way. Back in her hometown in Ethiopia, and then making it now a global organisation. That's really resonated as a driving factor for going into agriculture as a way of sort of improving sustainability around the world. So that was really a really important point for me.
I think I have to agree with my 2 fellow delegates. Having the opportunity to network with other young or youth that are passionate about agriculture. I think the highlight for me is having the opportunity to take our ideas, pitch them to one another, and then just get feedback from such a diverse range of voices, I think has really helped us all build on our expectations for our projects.
Thank you. Imagine how funny it's for me to network with you young guys. That's really a very, very spectacular opportunity. I would like really to learn a bit more about your specific areas of expertise and how they will help to shape the future of agriculture towards more sustainability. And I go back to Christine. You are from the Philippines. What do you think is the biggest challenge in your country today?
So I'm from the Philippines, and I grew up in the farm and came from a family of farmers. You know, the most important question I always ask to our partner farmers is, are you happy? Because, you know, happiness somehow measures their better life or something like that. And they are happy, but they have a lot of challenges. You know, agriculture is always associated to high risk, high cost, and low return venture. So I think that's really the biggest challenge in the Philippines, and that's why the farmers in the Philippines are aging. The average is 57, and the youth has little to no interest in agriculture. So that's a really challenging part for the Philippines to address too.
So what's the way forward to get the young farmers back? What do we do?
Okay, so in my part, we started Food Secure Philippines. It is a network of young farmers. We are 30 from North Cotabato in Mindanao. So our way is through agripreneurship. Why agripreneurship? Because as I have mentioned earlier, agriculture is always associated to high risk. The Philippines has been experiencing 20 typhoons every year, high risk and high cost. The cost of production is really high because the Philippines is an archipelago, island country. We have 7,600 islands, and it's really hard for transportation costs, logistics, and that affects the cost of food. It's like 3 times higher. And so we depend on importation. So our way is to go back to local communities, especially in rural areas, to introduce agripreneurship because it somehow diversifies the economic base of farmers, and it is also more than business as usual.
Thanks a lot. And I think it's super important what you do. And I hope that this meeting gave you some additional connections, which help you, some ambassadors from around the world to make your project a big success. Guy, you were not necessarily always on agriculture. What pushed you into agriculture? What was it?
Yeah, that's right, Klaus. That's why I guess I resonated with Sarah about her sort of transition from her job. It was, I think agriculture just had so many opportunities to have impact on the social level through societies and sort of communities. Then also on the environmental level, as we're seeing in Brazil here with great sort of stewardship and sustainability. Then also the productivity and of course feeding people and nutrition. And so being able to impact across these all these areas, I think, was really what pushed me towards agriculture and taking that leap. Because I think it's almost a global story where agriculture is sometimes put to the side, and there are other industries you're meant to, in sort of inverted commas, join. So I think that's what really drove me towards agriculture. And in particular, I guess ag technology is a great opportunity to try and improve the site-specific and sustainable nature of the industry.
Thank you. Today we saw big ag, we saw technology, all technology, latest state of the art. When we talk about smallholder farmers, sometimes we have a very different situation. Richard, what do you believe can social media help that smallholders connect better and learn better from each other's experience to go to a better place?
So our research has shown that small-scale farmers are already using social media to form online communities where they're sharing information, getting validation from their peers and connecting to markets. The only issue is that a lot of this information is not always wholly scientifically accurate. And so as researchers, we can provide them with links to information that is relevant and scientific and that has scientific backing. It's also difficult for these farmers to wade through the amount of information online. And so that's one thing that our research has shown they struggle with. And so if we as agricultural scientists, particularly within university structures where we have access to vast arrays of information resources, publish this stuff online, create online brands as academics, we believe we really can make a difference in assisting or enabling these farmers to make more informed choices going forward in the future.
Thank you. This was, I think, really a big chunk for you to jump into this, because everybody who has been on a tropical field tour knows that normally rest is the thing which has to come afterwards. So big thanks to you. Big thanks to everybody listening to us. If you want to stay tuned, it would be really great. We will continue being live on Facebook, and you will also be able to follow us on Twitter and Instagram, for example, with the hashtag Youth AgVocate Summit. Stay tuned and see you next time. Thank you.